Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat?
The position group battle that I am watching in Saints camp more than any other, outside of quarterback, is cornerback. And I feel like we've talked about this a little bit, but maybe not enough, because for so long it feels like that spot, especially with Marshon Lattimore, was locked down. And the investment you made in that position with Paulson Adebo there as well, you felt like you were good with Lattimore and Adebo, and then Adebo gets hurt, and then you drafted Alontae Taylor, who's certainly a better nickel safety than he is boundary corner, but played boundary corner last year and really struggled. And so you go into this season having drafted Kool-Aid McKinstry a year ago and thinking maybe Kool-Aid's ready to be a starting NFL corner, but the other spot is just a gigantic question mark. And, Kellen Moore, who, as we noted, doesn't often say much, when he was meeting with reporters on Wednesday after camp, he was asked about Kool-Aid McKinstry and the job he's done in camp so far, and he actually had some interesting things to say about Kool-Aid.
This has been a big-time camp for Kool-Aid. He's played phenomenal. His confidence every single day, he's just making a ton of plays, and you can just see his ability to transition in the coverage game is really, really good.
So, to hear something that descriptive, to say this has been a big-time camp, he's transformed his body, that's about as descriptive as you'll get from Kellen Moore. And he went on when he was asked about what his impressions were of Kool-Aid when Kellen Moore, took the Saints job.
Certainly felt like he was going to be, like we've always talked about, that second year big jump. Sometimes that first year, obviously for him, dealing with some injuries, slows you down a little bit in that first year. This was going to be a second year jump. We felt really confident that was going to be. When I was in Philly, we thought really, really highly of him, and certainly Brandon did, during the draft process the year before as well when he was in San Francisco. So we felt like we were going to create a really, really good opportunity there for him.
Maybe that's a big part of why they were willing to let Paulson Adebo walk in free agency, because they invested the second-round pick into Kool-Aid McKinstry and said, we believe we have something with this guy. And the decision a year ago, now this wasn't Kellen Moore's decision, but a year ago when they traded Marshon Lattimore, which appears to be at this point the right decision, they were moving on to get younger at the position, and they identified Kool-Aid, and maybe he's ready, and it would be awesome if he is, because then you'd lock down one side. Then the question becomes the other side. Well, Quincy Riley is a guy that we talked about during the pre-draft process because the Saints brought him in for a top 30 workout. They went and did to his pro day at Louisville. They put a ton of time into Quincy Riley, and we talked a lot about him as a projected second or third round pick. Well, they end up landing him on day 3 in the draft. And look, he had an interception of Spencer Rattler on Wednesday that Kellen Moore highlighted.
It'll be awesome one to watch on film and just have those conversations with the players just to make sure we're good. I thought it was a good, initially. There was certainly we gave ourselves a chance. It was a good ball. Unfortunately, I think Quincy made a phenomenal play going and attacking the football, similar to Julian a couple days ago when he was in here attacking the football. I think our DBs are doing a great job of locating the football, and we got to clean up on the offense side to see it and give ourselves a chance.
And then one more on that. Because remember, if Kellen Moore's gushing about Kool-Aid on one side, could Quincy Riley be the other cornerback? This was Kellen Moore on his impression so far of Quincy Riley.
Yeah, he finds the ball and he attacks the football. I think that's one thing that we saw on film coming into the draft process. He's a ball guy. That's what you need on the back end. Mistakes are going to happen, but when you create turnovers, those impact games.
Okay, maybe it's Isaac Adam. Maybe. But you're talking about a guy that basically has been a rotational player and a backup in his career. Maybe it's Isaac Adam to start the season. Maybe it's Alontae Taylor. I don't know. But I can see a world where, in my purview of the New Orleans Saints, I know a lot of you don't like me saying this, but I don't care what their win-loss record is. I don't expect them to be good this year. They literally, quite literally, have the worst odds of all 32 teams in the NFL to win the Super Bowl. Earlier this month, ESPN did a roster ranking. They ranked every team 1 to 32 based on the roster. The New Orleans Saints were 32nd, dead last. I have zero expectations of this Saints team winning a lot of games, going to the playoffs. I have no expectation. What I want to see is progress to see if you can lay the foundation with your young players. And this is a great example. This position battle at corner is a great example of it. Because if KoolAid McKinstry, a second-year player, was a round 2 pick, and Quincy Riley, a rookie who's a day 3 pick, end up becoming your starting corners, and they become viable starters for you, this is how you start to build a roster that can win a championship. Because you have young players that you drafted that become starters that are on affordable deals, and that frees up money to be able to go pay good free agents to supplement your roster. Now, you still got to figure out quarterback, obviously, which is the most important, and maybe that happens this year with Shuck and Rattler, and I get why we're spending so much time on quarterback, as well we should. But if you're a Saints fan, you should be pulling hard for Quincy Riley and KoolAid McKinstry to be awesome and prove they can be starting NFL corners, because if they are, that is a case in point of what you need to have happen with your draft picks to end up building a contender, because we saw it in 2006. We saw it again in 2017. Go back to 1981, which, those are the 3 greatest drafts in Saints history. Look at them, and it parallels the 3 greatest eras in Saints football history, because you were able to draft starters, which made your roster a talented, affordable roster to then be able to go afford good free agents to build a contending roster. Watch the cornerbacks.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.